Hello, assalamualaikum, and good morning, everyone. So today I just caught my breakfast just now, so I'm feeling a bit more energetic for today. Anyway, so today I want to share with you guys my second last vlog. So yes, as you can see, this is our second last vlog, and another video will be my last vlog. So it's okay, stay with me. There is a few things or sharing that I want to share with you guys in Dr. Fahim class pedagogy week 11. So let's go. So everyone, for that week 11 topic that we were going to learn, there is no presentation. There is another supposed to be another presentation, but that we were supposed to be in the class having a normal class with Doctor, and the topic for that day was evaluation in physical and health education. So it's like an assessment. Definition is like an assessment that refers to different wide of variety of methods or tools that educators use to evaluate, measure, and document all the academic progress that their students have learned so far. So there is supposedly to be two types of assessment that were mentioned in the class, which is formative and summative. And formative is basically to monitor students learning and provide an feedback towards them, and usually formative usually has no grades, so we don't have to put like A, B, C on their assessment, while summative is to evaluate student learning at the end of an instructional unit. So of summative assessment usually treated by the student as a priority over formative assessment. So as we already know, physical education is more to focus on skills and fitness, while HE, which is health education, is focused on the reproductive and social health education, or nutrition and first aid and so on. So for the main feature that was mentioned during the class for the feature of classroom assessment was it was designed by the teacher itself to evaluate their own students or their own pupils, and it is must be systematic. So what does it mean by systematic? First, the teacher must plan, or as we learn as a lesson plan, we have to make a lesson plan about teaching and learning, and we have to determine the instrument on what we are going to use on that day, and afterward we must execute the teaching and learning process and give some assessment towards the student itself, and uh, afterwards we have to record on what we have done so far during the class, and analyze it. Not forget to mention to analyze, follow up, and lastly make a report about the class that we have done during that day. So basically, what does it mean by systematic? So we have to be more precise on before we started our class. So we have to first thing first, obviously we have to plan on what we are going to do. Maybe make it jot down some notes, or even better making a lesson plan, and afterward we have to determine on what type of equipment, probably a ball, a racket, and so on. And after that, after we have done determine on the object or the instrument that we want to use on that day, when we can finally execute the teaching and learning progress by properly using the plans that we have write a day before. And afterwards, after executing the teaching and learning, we must give the students some assessment and do during the classes. And after done with the class, we have to make a record on what we have done for the students, and following up by record, we must analyze, obviously, and we have to make sure what we have done for the class, and we have to make sure, is this the right thing to do, or is it suitable for the students, and lastly take a follow-up action, and finally make a report about the day, about what we have done during the classes. Dr. also mentioned about PAJSK, which is Physical Activity Sports and Co-Curriculum Assessment, PAJSK, or in the Malay it is called as a pentaksiran activity jasmani, sukan dan co-curriculum. Basically everything that the students have done during the year in the school, any types of sports or co-curriculum that they have joined, they must fill in the book, and we as a teacher must make sure that they fill up the book. So that is some of the short lesson or example a lesson that we have learned during the class session. And Dr. Fahim actually makes some an interesting activity. I I believe he bring a hula hoop, and we have to make some kind of group activity, men with men and ladies with the ladies. So we have to like make a circle, and the hoop must be in our hand like this, and the hoop must go through all the way around the circle without dropping the hoop. So it is quite, if you are not being creative, it's be a bit hard. But if since thankfully all of us are quite reasonable and cooperate, so we managed to pull it off with ease, and obviously we win against girls. Obviously men's always win. And I think that will be it for today's vlog. Thank you so much for watching, everyone.